So far this season, it looked like the Los Angeles Valiant's wings were broken. They were desperately trying to secure their first win of the season today when they faced off against the Atlanta Reign. And well, things looked pretty decent to start things off. You saw the Valiant with KSF popping off on that Zarya. This is something you pointed to multiple times at halftime, Josh. KSF was getting the better of Baby Bay in this matchup.
Yes, definitely. And it's weird because we really haven't seen much from KSF throughout the entirety of his career. The first time he was brought in, they played Blizzard. Well, they got full held. Well, that also happened on this.
Always bigged up, though.
But but you're right. He's always bigged up by the team. They know he's capable of good stuff. And whatever is holding him back, they've started making headway to reduce it. However, they did just get slapped around.
It was nice to see this Paris map. Baby Bay with that first grab, setting up the bomb from Fried, and then of course you saw.
I was on Dogman here though. Like my eyes were on Dogman. I think a lot of the fights they actually won there was because he had great Bionate on his Ana, and his timing's really great. I generally think it was nice to see him back in the lineup over Kodak. I felt like they had a little bit more success when he was playing with them.
Dogman on the Batiste, doing work on Paris. Well, after that Atlanta Reign, we're able to take map 2 and tie the series up, as you just saw. And Dogman had a little bit of feedback for the crowd in the Blizzard Arena.
Stand up! Stand up!
Has anybody ever told you?
The kick your team! Go! Let's go!
That's right. Who called me a feeder? Stand up, stand up. Somebody did. Props to that guy in the crowd.
I like that. Did he stand up?
Yeah.
That was a classic meet you at LAN. Like, I like it.
I love it.
It worked. And Dogman really seemed to feed off of this, guys, because Atlanta got right back to business in map 3.
Yeah, they absolutely did. I love that Dogman's got so much energy when it comes on there. He knows how to make a character of himself. He doesn't care if the home crowd hates him. He just wants that win. And they came out doing pretty well again here. They actually had a fantastic performance, and LA Valiant looked totally crumbled at this point. And I was worried this was the classic LA Valiant thing where maybe they look good at some point, but they just make too many mistakes and end up throwing a series away.
Yeah, and it's an interesting one looking at this because this is Atlanta Reign now. A reoccurring issue seems to be right now of them kind of struggling to close out some of these series and struggling to play as a team when the going gets rough, which has happened in numerous times now, as we've seen now in stage 2. And it just got a little bit worse. Now, to spin the conversation on a more positive light from Valiant's side, this is good that Valiant have got a win under their belts because they were never the worst team in the league, like the standings were suggesting. I think that they definitely always had the potential there. You know, they could have beaten Florida. They still can beat Florida and Justice. I think they are a better team than those two teams. But this narrative was developing around them being the worst team was just a little bit unfair.
That 99-99 shatter block from Fate, so big in the game 5. It went all the way to the round 3 of Control, and ultimately the hometown crowd, they got what they wanted.
Yeah, and just to follow up off Brent's point and talk a little bit about Busan, what we always see from the LA Valiant is kind of mediocre gameplay as an average, and then occasionally terrible mistakes. And what I liked that they did was make far less of those terrible map-losing mistakes. And it might sound like super obvious analysis, but I think there is something crucial there, is that LA Valiant, in general, don't play that badly, but then occasionally they just throw the game away.